So for you guys that we did this with, you've heard this. For you guys that haven't done this, I like to start this just by explaining to you what we're going to do, why we're doing it, and kind of what to expect and how to go about this experience. There are a ton of physiological benefits to being in cold. I'm not downplaying them, but that's not why I do it, and that's not why we're going to do it today. What we're doing today is an exercise or an opportunity to practice controlling your mind, and in a state of chaos, getting past an emotional trigger, an emotional response, and moving from that limbic system, that survival or sympathetic fight or flight, into logical prefrontal cortex control. Okay? And so that skill set is an amazing asset for us as we go through life. Whether you're in sports or in business or in anything that we do in life, the ability to maintain our composure in chaos or adversity allows us to perform and show up in those moments the way that maybe outside of that moment we wish we would have, or that we wish we could, right? So what we're really doing here is not about the cold. It's about controlling this. The cold merely provides us an environment in which to practice that control. You with me on that? Okay. So especially you guys that haven't done this with me, if you have questions, ask me. Have any of you guys, and you said you haven't done this since like sophomore year of high school, have you ever done any kind of cold? Okay. I'm not gonna joke or pretend that it's not gonna suck. It is, but that's the point. This is a controlled environment. That water is not deep enough for you to drown. You're not gonna drown. You're not gonna get hypothermia. Different from when we were here in December. It's 90 degrees outside, so right. You know, you can go sit in the sun and you're gonna recover, okay? So when you guys get in the cold, your limbic system is a totally natural response. It will be your fight or flight is a sympathetic nervous system response that's rooted in your limbic system. If you are human, this is what is going to happen. That system is going to kick in. It's going to say, this sucks, this is awful, this is a threat to our life, we got to get out of here, okay? You're going to go to your breath, and I'm going to teach you guys, and this is another reason that we're in this controlled environment. I'm going to teach you how to go to your breath and what you want to do with your breath here. Make sure you understand it, then we'll go to adversity, and you'll try to take what you've learned in a controlled environment and do it in chaos, right? So you're going to have that fear response. This is cold, this sucks, I gotta get out of here, okay? What I want you guys to do is not to fight the cold, okay? No matter how much you try to fight it or control it, that water temperature is not going to change. It's going to be cold, okay? If you fight it, if you hold on to that, if you get tight, you're just gonna be sitting with that cold, and you're gonna sit with the fight, okay? So when we get in there, your focus immediately, as soon as you touch that water, is to go to your breath, okay? And like I said, we're gonna practice that here. But breathing is sort of a wedge. It's a tool that we can use at any point, whether you're in the ice or at any point in your life. We can use breath to shift from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state, right? Brian and I are talking about this more today. There are a lot of tools that we can use to make that shift, but breathing is the one that is always available to us. If you are alive, you're never not breathing, meaning you can go to your breath and you can control your nervous system. So for a breath to be sympathetic or activating, we want the inhale to be longer than the exhale, okay? So for today, we want the opposite of that. We want relaxing or calming breaths, meaning that your exhale is going to be longer than the inhale, okay? And that holds true for any type of breathing that you might hear or see posted, right? Longer exhales make it parasympathetic, relaxing, calming, okay? Those are kind of synonymous for what we're talking about. So when you hit that water, I want you to think about breathing through your nose, okay? And you're gonna breathe in and out through your nose. Don't worry about a specific cadence. Okay, it doesn't have to be 3 counts in, 4 counts out, or anything like that. All I want you to do is just focus on your breath. By focusing on your breath, you take the focus off of the cold, okay? And you just breathe in, breathe out, and you want to breathe into your diaphragm, right? Your belly, not your chest and shoulders. When you breathe here, this is a sign of capacity, and it's going to, when our body thinks we're at capacity, that's another sign to go sympathetic, fight or flight. So we're trying to tell ourselves, we're trying to trick our bodies, even though we're in a chaotic environment, we're using that prefrontal cortex to override that lizard brain response of fight or flight. So anything that we do that can combat that or go against that, right? So breathe into your diaphragm, slow, controlled, longer exhales. And if you focus on your breath, this will be a piece of cake, okay? Last time we did this here, folks went for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. We're not gonna set a timer. If you tell me, hey, I want 2 minutes, I can watch that and we can try to do that for you. It's your experience, whatever you want it to be. What I want you to focus on, to me, success for you would be getting past that, oh shit response. If you can get comfortable and get calm in there, I don't care if you stay in there for 30 seconds or 3 days, but just get over that initial response. And we do that by going to the breath. Make sense? Okay, questions? Okay, so for you guys that haven't done it, just sit here and I'll do it with you, but what I want you to do now in this controlled environment is just think about, put your hand on your belly, and I want you to just think about deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, right? So, I said out through your mouth, but I'm doing out through my nose. You can.
I thought you did say out through your nose.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Preferably, it's in and out through your nose. What you might find is that it's easier to go out through your mouth, especially in a wet environment. You may feel like you're getting waterboarded. So if you open your mouth, if you need to open your mouth to exhale, that's fine. And also, I didn't tell you guys this, but I'm gonna be sitting right in front of you. So when you guys get in there, I will be at the end of the tub. I'll basically be at your feet, kind of in your face, and I'll walk you through it. I'm gonna talk you through it. You're not completely by yourself, okay? But it's that controlled breathing. You guys see my belly coming out as I breathe, right? So, right. And if breathing into our chest and shoulders is a sign that we're at capacity, breathing here, long, slow, deep breaths, is sending that signal to our vagus nerve that we're in a safe environment, right? And that's what we're trying to do. Despite, our body is receiving signals that we're in an unsafe environment and that we need to escape it. But we're overriding that and we're sending signals that we're safe. We're okay. Okay? Any questions? All right, who's first?
Gary.
All right, let's go.